All right, my friends, it's a very exciting day. It's like the night before Christmas, and let's be honest, some of the recent sets in Gods Unchained have been a little bit more like the night before Christmas, seeing your dad, realizing he's Santa, and all he got you was socks and coal. Well, this time isn't. Santa is real, he's fat as hell, and his bag is full of mythic cards and big meta impacting new keywords. It's the new expansion for Gods Unchained. It's Tides of Fate. It's not here yet, but we got the big announcement. Now, they've been teasing this. We knew it was coming pretty soon, but it's here, and there's a lot of really exciting stuff. So let's run through it. I'm so excited. It's 6:50 in the morning. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule, and I'm literally doing this before I even go to the gym. I'm not even pumped yet because I'm so pumped mentally by this update. So we got 142 brand new cards, a choose your faction feature, which we'll look at in a second, and a new mechanic, Mana Surge. They've also refreshed the Sanctum and some other stuff. There's a lot going on. So the full card set's going to be available on October 12th. I'm recording this on October 10th. So a couple days we'll do a video going through the whole set. But there's a lot even just in this one. So the story is going to bring the warrior Aiko to the faraway lands across the shimmering Atlant. We're going to have Atlantean tribe, and they also announced in this post for the first time there's going to be a lot of dragons as well. It's a dragon set. I'll be honest, Atlanteans are cool, but I'm team dragon. So we got 6 cards they've revealed, and let's just look at these. They're all crazy. This is I've learned what colors go to what classes, by the way. For those of you who made fun of me during my Band of the Wolf tier list, now I understand the colors of the cards. Hooray. So we got our Mage card, Francesca Surging Signal. If you control 4 other Atlanteans, obliterate them and summon Project Rise. That makes me think of like Evangelion, like the Second Impact, End of the World, whatever that project was card. What is Project Rise? Admiral Mayday, 3 mana, roar, deal 1 damage. Repeat this for each time you have played an Admiral Mayday. So if you can play it over and over, you can deal more and more damage. That's interesting. In Death, that's the Deception card. Death gets Tarkin Depth Crawler. At the end of your turn, trigger each friendly creature's afterlife twice. This is probably going to be hard to pull off, but like, is there any world I can do some crazy shit using Malician Magistrate with the Anubians to resummon things as an afterlife and then trigger it with Tarkin? There's going to be some weird combos. Some Johnny decks coming in there. The big boy dragon at war here. We got Albarax, Soaring Flame, 8 mana, Overkill, 12/12. Jotun as an 8/10. Got nothing on this card. The Nature, 8 mana, big card there. This one is an 8/12/12 with the Roar. Deal 4 damage. If you're holding a dragon, your god power becomes Breathe Fire. We don't know what that's going to do yet. Now, this one I saw a tweet and I was like, what the fuck? This is what I woke up to, which made me realize new information was out. Blade of the Creator. At the start of your game, if your deck contains only light cards, put this in your mulligan and set its mana cost to 0. So it's in your hand at 0 if your deck is only light cards. That means no neutral cards, no Therial, no Demo, no Jason, no Aiko, no Hortuck, none of that shit. And I love this idea. I'm hoping there'll be more cards like this. Cards that give you some kind of bonus for not running neutral cards. Because everyone knows what is one of the biggest problems in Gods Constructed. It's overpowered neutrals that are very rare and hard to get, expensive. I'm very, very fortunate that I have the Therial, which I dumped like an entire paycheck on. I don't even own 2 Demogorgons. So, you know, the neutrals are a big thing. Cards like this are awesome. And remember, this is max health. It's not setting your health to 99. It's not like Winter's Bounty, which can set you to 40. It's your max health. So your max health is 99, but your starting health is still 30. You're going to have to heal your way up. Just keep that in mind. At first, a lot of people are going to think it makes your health 99, which would be, oh my god. So it's not quite that crazy. But who knows what other cards. Is every class going to get a card like this? I don't know. And this also probably should say can't attack. Otherwise, it could be busted. I don't know. We'll see. 7 mana nature card. Zancidin Wave Ruler. It's a hidden 6/6 for 7. Interesting, giving nature a little more hidden. Besides Deception, nature is the second most hidden as far as the 6 classes go. So we're interesting. A 6/6 hidden dragon. Honestly, this is going to be insane for sealed mode. You got to think about sealed and constructed. Anyway, your god power becomes Primal Tide, if you mana surge 8, which means spending 8 mana when it's in your hand. I don't know what Primal Tide's going to do. Okay, I'm getting too lost in the sauce. I could just stare at these cards and talk about them for an hour, but that would be excessive. If you want to see that kind of excessive dialogue, go to the description, find my Twitch link, and follow me there. Here's the next thing. Choose your faction. This is going to be kind of like a World of Warcraft vibe where you choose Alliance or Horde, I guess. But in this case, it's Sartonians or Draka. Draka appears to be the dragons, and I'm all in on dragons. I've already decided. Don't even care what cards are good. Yeah, Sartonians are the magical Atlantean pilots, and Drakes are spiritual people who ride upon the back of dragons. If you're cool, you're on Team Draka. Join me on Team Draka, or you are not my friend. We're enemies, all right? When selecting a faction, we'll get 2 legendary hero cards. So if you choose Atlanteans, you get this Mana Surge 5-drop 4/4, which can Mana Surge one of your cards in your hand as well. Or the Glyn Draka Pride Roar, draw 2 dragons. I honestly think 1-turn kill dragons is going to be really interesting, because there was a really cool budget 1-turn kill dragon deck. If I remember correctly, Crypto Worker originally came up with it. Shout out to Crypto Worker from Twitch. I actually did a video featuring that deck. If you scroll back a few months, you'll find it from back when Band of the Wolf dropped. I think this is going to make that deck even more viable. Death, 1-turn kill dragons, using Over the Line, using the dragon that ramps down the other dragons. I'm forgetting the name. My mind is getting flooded. Again, it's very early. So depending on what side you pick from these 2 factions, there's going to be skirmishes, and the results will impact the back of the card back. So listen, Dragon fam, we need all 4 of these to be dragon crystals, okay? It's going to be a red crystal for dragons or a blue crystal for the Sartonians. There's going to be 4 different skirmishes. I want 4 red gems on this motherfucker, okay? Don't let me down. Pick dragon. Team Flux. We are Team Dragons. New keyword, Mana Surge. This seems interesting. The mana crystals are full of power, so if you spend the required mana while holding a card with the Mana Surge keyword, it will activate it. So if it says Mana Surge 6 and you have the card in your hand, if you spend 6 mana while it's in your hand, then the Mana Surge activates. I believe the way it's worded, it seems like it might work across turns. So you can spend 3 mana this turn, 3 mana next turn, and it adds up to 6. It doesn't say spending it in 1 turn. I believe it's just like once that card's in your hand, you start spending mana. Once you've spent the amount that the Mana Surge says, it's going to activate that effect. Really, really interesting. I don't know. It's going to reward you for holding cards in your hand a little bit longer and not playing them immediately. So cards that are good, but they're better if you don't play them right away. Basically trading in the optionality of playing it earlier for the value of playing it later. It's an interesting mechanic. Hopefully it'll be a lot better than Ally, because Ally was not the best balanced keyword. A lot of people felt like it should have been limited to 1 proc per turn, and then the Ally mechanics could have been balanced much better. Ally was like a swing and a miss in terms of keyword design, and so this seems like it's more balanced. It's not as likely to cause crazy snowball effects, because you actually have to wait to get your Mana Surge. Whereas the Ally effect was rewarding you for doing things as fast as possible, hence creating a snowball effect. So I'm cautiously optimistic on this. Next up, we'll still have more crafting. Band of the Wolf had an interesting crafting system. If you forge certain cards, you would get extra shiny copies. It was interesting. It wasn't the best implementation, but it was a good idea. And it sounds like this is going to be the same thing, but hopefully better. They say crafting will be fully automated and integrated into the Forge. So I'm not sure exactly what that means, but as the #1 forging content creator in Gods Unchained, no one forges like I do. You know I'll be ready to craft, whatever it means. What's next? So that's the main post. We're going to have a buyer's guide coming soon, a breakdown of the skirmishes and the factions, crafting, some other deep dives. The set launches October 25th, so save your calendars, put it on the calendar. And again, the cards are going to be revealed in a few days. I'll be doing another video probably. We got a couple more things. Don't leave yet. Hold on. The Sanctum has been refreshed. New cards are already there. So today, as you're watching this, before the set even comes out, the Sanctum has been refreshed. And it's nothing super crazy. They didn't like put Therial in the Sanctum or Demogorgon. It's nothing super insane, but A few things I'm noticing. Onyx Nightblade is in the Sanctum now. That's kind of interesting. Imperious Smite, Ogre Archer. Those are all going to be really interesting to have in there. The Trial Begins. I don't even remember what that card does. I don't even want to slow down the video to look. What is that? That's a 5 cost, isn't it? I can't even remember what that card does, but I feel like that's a pretty wacky one in the value category. We still got Rune of Life, Enraged Ally, Lambasting Wand. Some of these cards stick around. Nightleaf Trapper. There's actually still 2 relic removals, so they haven't changed the amount of relic removal. Gleamweaver is actually very interesting. So now, even if you don't run any Void Hate, you still have some answers to decks such as Anubians or anything that reanimates from the Void. So the Gleamweaver is probably the most impactful card. Along with Imperious Smite is very interesting. I feel like Imperious Smite and Gleamweaver are the 2 big ones. Sanctum gets a lot of flack. People kind of hate on the Sanctum, saying it makes the game snowball harder. The big brain take seems to be that it's really good for aggro versus control matchups, but it's just like kind of bad for aggro versus aggro by increasing the snowball mechanic of how much the game favors the player who's already ahead. It's going to be nice to have a refreshed Sanctum, though, and I think that's pretty much it. There is a little video, so maybe I'll take y'all out with this. Let's watch it, and dude, I am so excited for this new set. I'm so excited.
Fateful words told to us long
I'm so
ago.
excited, dude. This set looks like it could be really fun. We need something. Been a while. It's a big set, 144 cards. We need something. It's gonna be good for sealed, gonna be good for constructed. Sanctum refresh is hype. Yeah, I'm excited. This preview's nice. You know, I'm just excited. I'm excited for the new set. I hope y'all are as well. These little things are... These are fine. Yeah, I don't really get too excited about these videos, but this is what the video is. That's your little preview. All right, everybody. Cannot wait for Tides of Fate. This expansion is going to be epic. Thanks for getting up to date with me, and I will share more info with you soon. Goodbye.